I shut it off. Good.
Might as well. Good morning. I'd like to begin the meeting of the regular session of the Board of Supervisors for July 14th, 2026. Roll call, please, Ms. Showalter.
Schwartz.
Here.
Brandt. Hall.
Here.
Kurtenbach.
Here.
Leyland.
Here. Would everyone please join us for a moment of silence to reflect on our actions this morning? Thank you. Would you please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 1 is the agenda received as proposed or as amended.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The agenda is received. Item 2 is public comments. Is there anyone in the audience today that would like to speak on something that is not on today's agenda? Excuse me.
Aaron Stacy Roberts, 411 Almond Street.
Yeah.
And the last part of the pledge was liberty and justice for all is what I'm here for, because I haven't been receiving that for over 2 decades now. And I'm looking for someone to step up and do what they are supposed to do when there is criminal actions going on, by coordinated rights violations by people in positions, whether it be the sheriff, police chief, the county attorney, or I'm not for sure what you all, your oath under 277 says that. Actually, the first thing it says is, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States as well as the state of Iowa? And I'm saying that if that is the case, and I'm here complaining about an ongoing criminal organization that has played a part in the sexual assault of my children and have my daughter, and has my children living under Stockholm Syndrome, and when you have police involved that I have named, I'm looking for someone to make a call to someone if it's too big for you to handle, but I'm looking to get a response back that someone is trying to assist me in this matter, because otherwise, as I have said before, a county attorney under the Brady versus Maryland has a legal document ethically and legally obligated to expose corruption of dishonest police or dishonest lawyers or dishonest county attorneys, I should say, or judges. And the judges have the same thing going on, as well as the police. If they is a report of someone doing something criminal, it should be investigated and looked into. And what I'm getting is benign neglect or just totally ignored to make it appear as if I'm just up here ghost talking, you know? I mean, like I'm not saying anything, like there's not a case 9914612 in Urbandale, Iowa, which comes back to Waterloo, which was a sexual assault on my daughter, and it was done by a police officer. I wouldn't say Charles Tedesco's name and Jody Van Velzen and Hesse and Myers. And if I was saying their name and connecting them with this and I was wrong, they would come down here and speak up for themselves. I would. You wouldn't tell a lie on me about being a part of a sexual assault and I don't come defend myself. If you don't have any defense, or if you know if you do come, it's going to open up Pandora's box even deeper for you, so they avoid it. I'm not down here wasting my time and lying about what's going on. And I'm not for sure where you fall as far as Oath 277. But my next plan is to be, and I feel a little relieved because Kellyanne LaCarr has retired, because I was looking for retaliation like she did when I was put in a psychiatric setting back in 2013 for coming to Dan Treco, Mayor Doug Clark, and a detective to tell them about the criminal part that the police was playing in. And I got put in a psychiatric setting a week later saying I was homicidal, suicidal, delusional, and gonna shoot up City Hall, and then was found by George Stigler to be seriously mentally impaired. And like I said, I don't know where he got his psychology degree, but I've never been on psych meds or in a psychiatric setting till Kellyanne LaCar did it. Now I feel a little more relieved when my plan is to name everyone who I've contacted in a federal lawsuit in Sioux City, and the paperwork been sitting at my house for a year, but it's me being fear of retaliation that has me not acting like that. I'm in the Supreme Court right now on the appeal on a farmland that I had was sold without me getting notice or the option to be heard. It's in the Supreme Court and it never should have got there. When I went to Brian Williams, he should have listened to me and seen that there was fraud in the case and investigated, at least looked at it. I've never even got a call back from them, and the letters that they do write try to tell me something about statutes of limitation, and I just filed my briefs 2 weeks ago. So what is it talking about a statute of limitation? It's benign neglect. Under 281, you're just basically intentionally coordinated rights violation, which is a felony. I would ask that you look into this, someone. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Anyone else that would like to speak during public comments? Anyone online? Item 3, claims and payments. This is a resolution that the Board of Supervisors approve expenditures and that the county auditor be authorized and directed to issue payments against the various settlement of such claims as allowed.
So moved. Second.
Were
I
you
do,
going to begin
yes.
this? Thank you.
Took me a second.
That's fine.
The total claims amount is $1,857,654.58. The Sheriff 6040 fund is at $2,945.80. There's a few large items that we're paying today. The annual fiscal year 27 property and liability insurance of $952,378.69. There's also another one for E91 for the same thing, for the liability insurance of $46,567. Consolidated Communications is paying Raycom for logging recorder equipment and software. And the total payroll listing is $1,217,041.54.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Karen?
Mine were answered.
Thank you. All right, this is a resolution. Please answer as your name is called.
Kurttenbach.
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
Leyland.
Yes. Item 4, receive project updates from department heads and elected officials.
Good morning, Board. Kathy Nicholas, engineer. All roads are open and we're just getting work done as needed during this time of the year. I thought I'd show you some photos of our bridge crew work out on Hoff Road with our new diesel hammer. This first photo shows the south abutment. This is what we are installing on the north side of the creek now. So you can see there's 7 pile here that were driven several weeks ago, and then the back wall was installed behind them, and then the sheet pile is also driven alongside the wall here, and then these whalers were installed, and then finally the cap is placed on top, and you can see the crown that we put into the cap. The cap is constructed in the winter along with the beams. So this is the finished product. Riprap has been placed in front of the entire abutment. And then last week we did have some water and it was coming through here probably at least halfway up the new abutment. So it is already being tested with the water. So this is the finished product, and I'll walk you through the process of some pile driving. It'll be a lot quieter this way. So the first thing we need to do is our bridge crew has lined up through careful. This is pretty precise. They do line up the H pile so that they can have these in correct alignment so that the cap can fit on the H pile. So it's pretty important that these be lined up, and we want to make sure that that new H pile is seated properly. So that is done pretty carefully. So this is the bottom of the leads here, and you can see the H pile is sitting on the ground, the dirt. And this is a close-up, and these are the supports that will be embedded into the ground once we start pile driving. So that's the initial process, is getting it seated on the ground in the proper location. Then the top of it has to be placed into the leads. So this is what it looks like. We need the crane holding up the leads, and the pile are in the leads. One pile is in this lead right now. We need an employee to push the H pile into the leads here. And so Chad is going over here, and he's going to push that H pile into the leads, and then he will place a bar across the leads to secure it in there. You can see this little ladder here. Historically, for many years, this is how pile driving was done. Someone would climb up there and push it into the leads. I don't know, probably 5 or 6 years ago, we started renting a lift, so this is a much safer way for us to be doing that, and this is why we would like to purchase a lift, and I'll be talking about that at a later date, but a lift is very useful for us to keep our employees safe in this process. So once that's pushed into place and a bar is securing it, that employee comes back down, and then the pile driving begins. So you can see this photo is showing the diesel hammer. It's a 2-cycle engine. That piston is sitting directly on top of the pile. The piston is driving the pile down into the ground. An employee, Dylan, here, he wants to make sure that this pile is being driven straight. So occasionally he'll get out his level and make sure that the pile is being driven straight. And then once it gets closer to depth, they will go slower and they will start taking measurements. So this pile is being driven about 50 feet into the ground, and then at some point we stop, because you can see over here, it only needs to be, we need to allow some part of the pile to be sticking above the water, of course, to hold up the deck. So this is the completed pile length here, and they will, at some point, I think it's once they get all of the pile driven, you can see the orange locations here where the next 6 pile will go, then they will cut those off with a torch, and then that will be at the proper height. And then they will put the sheet pile in the back wall, and then they will go out onto the wing walls and finish the job. Can I answer any questions? You are welcome to come out there and look at that. We will probably be finishing up the pile driving today, possibly Thursday, but we also have another bridge later this summer that we will be doing as well. So you're welcome to come out then as well. Can I answer any questions? Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you.
I'm Lord Amanda Pesimere, Human Resources Director. Really quick, just wanted to mention our part of strategic planning. We had all the updates recently from the champs. We also have the culture team that's working off of the GAPM results, and we'd like to come present to you next week. Basically the prep work that aligns with kind of the one-on-ones from priority number 2. Mike Hendrickson and I will be presenting that, and it will kind of be recapping a little bit of what I covered last week, but also just wanted to kind of highlight that request as well, which is really that $15,000 that we'll be looking for to have Ted Garnett come here and do those review and practice sessions. But then there's some additional information that we've talked about, also having Mike Hendrickson speak to as a peer-to-peer with other directors, supervisory staff, how he's been successful in carrying out one-on-ones, which he started really shortly after the Leadership University sessions that he attended. So we just want to kind of put that together and for you all next week and make sure it's clear as to what we're asking in order to have those sessions scheduled and set up for end of August into September, which does align with the Leadership University. So we'd just like to be able to present that to you.
We have 2 supervisors gone next week, though, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Or-
Just
Yep. Mike is gone the 28th. So I'd like that if those supervisors could just watch the meeting afterwards, that would
I
be
can watch,
great.
yeah.
super.
Just because our first session is August 26th. And we talked about in the culture team, if we're not going to have Ted do it, well, then who's going to we have had supervisors put the time on their calendars for the 3 available sessions. But yeah, if we don't have someone like Ted come in and present, then it would be kind of up to the culture team to try and carry that out. So yeah, we really just, if it's all right that we pitch it, and then we could always come back, and while Mike's gone the 28th, I could have it more formalized on the 28th as an approval, if that makes sense. So,
Justin is a maybe, or is he a? It's a maybe.
Yeah, he was a, no, he didn't think so next
Oh,
one,
gotcha.
but he tried,
Okay.
he always could, kind of like you, if you could.
and it might,
really well.
that's last week when I brought it up, some about the additional sessions. I mean, that was, so it's not, they did hear some of it, those all 5 board members last week, when I just kind of previewed it. This is a little bit more refined plan, I would say, and also it kind of takes into account how we're going to try and also use our own internal capacity to not just solely rely on like a Ted and his presentation and things like that. So, but that was what we discussed last week as a team, and look forward to putting that on the agenda for next week. And then yes, we can have like a final approval on perhaps the 28th, since we will be asking for additional funds to support that effort.
Yeah.
Any questions on that? All right. Otherwise, I think that's the only real update I have right now. Yeah, I won't be at department head or policy review in August, just FYI, but I do have those that are covering that. So if there is something policy review related, department head related, that you'd like, just you can give me a heads up, and I'll get connected. I believe Kathy's going to help out with that, as well as Al leading those. So, all right, thank you.
Great, thank you. Any other updates? Any online updates? Okay, moving on to item 5, minutes approved for July 7, 2026.
So moved. Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Item 6 is the consent agenda. Following items are acted upon by a single resolution without separate discussion unless someone wishes to ask questions and pull an item.
So moved.
This is
Second.
this is a resolution. Please answer as your name is called.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Kurttenbach,
Yes.
Leyland.
Yes. Item 7, resolution that the memorandum of understanding between Blackhawk County and the Iowa Department of Management to provide CrowdStrike EDR software and 24/7 Security Operations Center services to the county at no cost be extended for an additional 1-year term, be approved, and the chair be directed to sign for same as recommended by Al Yu, IT Director.
So moved.
Good morning, Board. Al Yu, IT Director. This is just a 1-year extension from the state. Doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary with the MOU, so pretty straightforward. Just 1 more year of free service.
How many years have they done this now?
This will be year 3.
3.
Yep. Can I answer any questions?
All right, thank you.
I will second that.
Thank you.
This is a resolution. Please answer as your name, please answer as your name is called.
Hall,
Yes.
Kurttenbach,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Leyland.
Yes. Item number 8, other business. Resolution that the certificate of substantial completion and project closeout documents for Phase A, Veterans Affairs of 24053 Blackhawk County Pinecrest Building, Public Health and Veteran Affairs Renovation Project, completed by Peters Construction Corporation, Waterloo, Iowa, with a final contract amount of $2,337,222.87, be approved and accepted, and that the final retainage in the amount of $116,861.11 be released, and the chair be authorized to sign all necessary closeout documents as recommended by Rory Geving, Facilities Director.
So moved. Second.
Good morning, Board. Rory Giving, Facilities Director. This is just getting caught up on some paperwork. Any questions on it? This is for construction only for the Phase A, so that would be the VA Center. Thank you.
Seems like old news now,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. This is a resolution. Please answer as your name is called.
Kurttenbach,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Leyland.
Yes. Item B, motion to approve the Blackhawk County Mobile Clinic to use Blackhawk County grounds on Thursday, July 30th, 2026, from 5 to 8 p.m., Sunday, August 16, from 7 to 11 a.m., and Wednesday, September 30th, from 5 to 8 p.m. in the courthouse parking lot and/or county parking lot on East 6th Street.
So moved.
Second.
I see Caitlin online. Were you going to speak to this, Caitlin? It's been moved and seconded.
Yep, I just wanted to let you know I was here in case you had any questions. I do have just one piece of kind of background information that the reason we are requesting to use county grounds is because our insurance requirements are presenting some delays with establishing mobile clinic sites at other locations. So it'd be beneficial if we could use our own grounds for now until we move through those barriers.
Any idea of timeline for those barriers being removed or just moving? Yeah.
I don't. It's something we've been working through for many months, and I don't have a resolution yet. So I hope it'll resolve soon.
Thank you.
Caitlin, do you see more dates being set, even if it's on the county properties here in the soon? I've only had one question asked me about how soon they're going to be coming out, but it'd be kind of nice to know if you've got other things coming up for schedule.
Well, we started with the one per month in July, August, and September. I think if those prove to be successful, we could add additional ones, but we will not go too far into late fall or early winter because of the need to winterize the unit before
Right.
Before it gets too cold.
Understand.
Do we have a kind of some plans that we're considering, at least for future use, of how many times those will be out, or is this too premature? My question, I was going to say, in the different communities I know that have indicated an interest too in seeing those.
Yes, we do have plans. Eventually we're wanting to get up to about once a week, having the mobile unit out. But like I mentioned, we kind of just have some delays in getting that happening because of the insurance requirements and things like that. We started with the city of Waterloo first, just because there are several locations in specific neighborhoods that we would like to get into. And we're just kind of still working through that process for using their space and having our liability and insurance requirements and things like that. And then the goal was to, once we kind of have a model set of how we would do that, then we would begin those conversations with other communities. But if there are any suggestions for, things that the board might know about, I'm definitely open to those.
Caitlin, is it mostly a delay on insurance requirements of these different locations and entities, or is it delay on our own coverage? Like I assume that they're wanting something like a rider for each location, which sounds pretty cumbersome. Like I'm imagining that's the delay.
It's actually both our requirements and the host site. Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about maybe hoping it's resolved fairly soon. Is that because there's a decision that needs to be made, or is it we need to come up with a different plan regarding?
I think it's because the conversations that we've been having continue to move forward. We haven't gotten to a place yet where we're stuck. And so I think because those conversations are still moving forward, I feel hopeful that that we'll get it worked out soon.
Great. Well, thank you, and thanks for continuing to work on that, so appreciate that. Great. I think this had a motion, had a first, a second. All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item C, this is a motion that the travel request submitted by Rich Kurtenbach to attend the ISAC Annual Conference in Des Moines, Iowa August, I believe it was 19th through the 21st, not 18, but at an estimated cost of $1,195 be approved, and that the chair be directed to sign for same.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded. Rich, did you want to comment about this at all?
Yeah, I just wanted to, with a lot of the issues that are going on right now across the state, especially the property tax issue that's been, the changes still in place. And also, there's a lot of discussion dealing with economic development issues with data centers. Both of those are going to be major issues that are going to be covered at the ISAC, as I understand. So at this point, just felt it was very prudent that we be there present to be part of that information and bring it back to Blackhawk County.
Thank you. I know that was one of the things they think, the fact that you bring that information back to us and share it with all of us is helpful when some of us can't go or aren't
Yeah.
able to attend, so.
It is amazing how much information you learn being at that, and then just the information from the other counties.
Yeah.
So I am trying to get another meeting scheduled for something for the county the afternoon of the 18th. That's why it's 3 days. If that doesn't materialize, this is going to be a lot less. So it'll be one less night in a hotel, whatever. So this is just the estimated cost.
Oh, yeah, okay. I just meant, I knew the conference dates were kind of advertised for the 19th to the 21st, so that's why I corrected the, since for that, but thank you. And you've sometimes submitted less than
Yeah.
that with your requests anyway. It's just that an estimate at the time. This is a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 9, reports or information from the board.
We received an email from a lady out in Washburn asking about the roads being blacktopped. I haven't responded to her yet, but I did want to kind of bring it up and see if there's been any other indication of something like this request coming in the past.
I know I forwarded it to Kathy. I don't know
Yeah.
if you didn't have a chance to see it or,
Looking for some direction how to respond.
So occasionally we'll get that request, of course.
yeah.
We often get it in some of our some of our subdivisions. So we've thought about it. We do, the seal coat in Washburn is on a 5-year cycle. We have thought about, placing hot mix asphalt in Washburn instead of doing the seal coating every 5 years. There would be some advantages to that, not having to sweep up the chips once it's done, and then we're usually doing it every year or every other year. So we have thought about it. We did do that in our Turkey Foot subdivision that was seal coated for many years, and probably 5 years ago we went and placed hot mix asphalt on in the Turkey Foot subdivision. We would, if there's any direction, we would certainly listen to that. We just, at this time, we haven't, it would be a lot of design work
Yeah.
so just finding the time to do that and putting that into a 5-year plan would be.
Kathy, when's the next 5-year seal coat scheduled in for as Washburn at this point?
That's a good question. I want to say we're probably halfway through the 5 years.
Would you need over a year planning if you were going to look at doing something like that for the asphalt?
That's probably what we would need to get
Okay.
a whole year to get it designed and, yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think she had a really good estimate yet. I think she
No.
was just looking for some kind of information. She
Yeah.
didn't say anything about the cost and some of that.
I wanted to bring it up. I don't know if it was brought up before in the past, and I just thought this would be a good time just to
Different
bring it up.
neighborhoods and different times, they ask for all kinds of things, from different
Yeah.
dust controls to, and more of those, to what we can do as far as, yeah, different road construction than they have.
Thank you.
Thanks. Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I know I just forwarded it to
Fine.
you, so if you didn't have any chance to even see it, that was, thank you.
Yeah, I saw it. I will try and get the response today to her.
Okay, appreciate it.
Anything else? No?
Nope.
We're gonna move on to adjournment at 9:30.
So moved.
The first.
29, yeah, look at you.
9:29. Did you second it?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Congratulations.